Hotep, Black Power family, peace and blessings, brothers and sisters. As always, giving honor to the Creator, to the ancestors, to my sister, Chief of Staff, Brother Harris Abdul, my father, my in-laws, and all of our ancestors, those known and unknown, who fought for the liberation and salvation of our black nation. And for all of you, all of my supporters, subscribers, all my brothers and sisters who are out there standing up, doing whatever it takes to resurrect the consciousness and the vibration of our brothers and sisters. Today I want to talk about the first half of this. Is going to be about the wake-up call that Trump is giving the so-called Latinos. And see, this is the problem I have with you all. Every time your asses is on fire, when Trump puts the heat under y'all's asses, you run to us with that we all brothers shit. We all brothers and sisters shit. When the heat is not on you, you continue to go back in your quest to be under the illusion that you're being accepted as whites. And every time you all get up on your high horse, the white man puts your ass back in check and let you know that you are a fucking wetback, an amigo, you know, a grass cutting, leaf blowing fucking immigrant. That's how white America sees you. But you don't think that because you're lighter than the original people, which are us. And so you see the injustices and the mistreatment and the devastation that white America puts on black people. You don't want to fight and struggle with us until your asses is on fire. Because you're going to be replaced, if not deported. And so while you all think that you're so better, why don't you try to find a way to get over that wall better than you have been? You know. But see, this is the behind the scenes shit that y'all do. And then once you're over the fence, you know, you think that you're white. Once you get this little jive ass citizenship that you think that you have arrived. And so you begin to join the motherfucking crackers in the disrespect and degradation of us. Negative. But look what's going on now. You know, you're hanging around the wall. And let me tell you, if black people were liberated and were on point and were working as a unit, it would be no problem for us to go to that wall and let you motherfuckers in. Because nobody can stop the black man and woman when they are functioning on a high goddamn frequency. Nobody or nothing. There'll never be a military to be able to stop the original man and woman. So keep on going by what the oppressor says and how he treats us and think that you're going to join the bandwagon. But you got another thing coming. Because he is our devil as well as your devil. Let me rewind that. He is your devil as well as ours. And see, it's just not Trump. This way you fail to understand. This way you get the game fucked up at. That's Trump's crew. Those are the motherfucking real gangbangers right there. Those are the real gangsters. See, all that shit about Bloods and Crips, they're nothing compared to these motherfuckers. They're nothing compared to these gangsters here. These ruthless thugs that kill millions. Babies, children, animals, anything that's in its way. So when you talking about OGs, these are the real OGs. These are the real ruthless gangsters that consist and who imposes and keeps the wheels rolling and the wheels turning on the system of racism, white supremacy. Do your homework. Understand what is going on. And see, a lot of you can't even read, you barely can speak English, let alone read English. So you have no idea of the political corruption and destruction that these few devils cause. Even black devils are in this organization. And they have the same type of rank and file that militant movements, militaries, and gangs have. Chief of staff, secretary of this, secretary of that, administrator, secretary of state who's in charge of doing the drive-bys, the State Department, the Justice Department. So wake up and do your homework and understand what you're dealing with. This is a regime of devils. And I'm talking about real demonic energies. And see, they've been set there for us to connect with the Creator and for us to link together as one and crush the devil and crush all demonic energies on the planet. All 196,940,000 square miles of the planet Earth. That you, black man, you, black woman, have the power to destroy the global system of racism, white supremacy. You have that power. You have to tap into it. Stop putting each other down. Stop knocking each other. Stop knocking each other out the box. Stick your hand out to lift your brother up over the wall of injustice, over the wall of police brutality, over the wall of drug addiction, over the wall of mass incarceration, over the wall of AIDS, over the wall of pedophilia in the black community, over the wall of sexual abuse, over the wall of domestic violence, over the wall of black on black murder. You have the power. Start tapping into it. I want to talk about the Vatican predator and pedophile, Cardinal George Pell. See, a lot of you think that the Pope And all these people are the, you know, the Pope is supposed to be the vicar of Christ. And all of this, the Vatican has executed more murders on this planet than any other group, any other military on the planet Earth. Why do you think that these so-called Guineas, Italians, when they commit murders and all of this type of stuff, they go and ask for forgiveness? They go in a little box and talk to another freak that got a dress on with a cap. And it's called confession. When you tell another cracker what you've done, and then he said you're forgiven, provided what you've put into the box financially. Come on, man. That's just a whole bunch of bullshit. And at the same time, all of these white collar wearing faggots, these freaks are nothing but pedophiles. Come on, man. A man that has never had sex with a woman ever in his life, walking around with a long dress on, with a half a kufi on his head, a beanie on his goddamn head. Never had sex. Dick and balls shriveled up like raisins. And he's supposed to be pure and so goddamn fresh and you know, without sin and all this bullshit. And he's not, because what he does is sex these little boys. And Cardinal George Pell, this faggot, freak bastard, had sucked over 100 little boys' dicks. I'm gonna be a little graphic. This faggot motherfucker. And he walks around with that cross and that beanie on his head, with that dress on, with no goddamn underwear or nothing on, waiting for somebody to punish his motherfucking butt, making these little boys believe that they are going in the Lord's ass. That's some sick shit. That's some sick shit. I remember when we went, the Pope was visiting here. It was about 10 years ago, 11 years ago. And I had a group of teens. And one boy stated to me that, you know, his mother told him to bow. His grandmother told him to bow when the Pope came down the street in the car. And I went and got a stick. I went and got a big ass stick. And I wish one of you motherfuckers would bow. I didn't use the term motherfuckers on the young men, but, you know. And I told him, none of you better not bow. I said, he's nothing. He's nothing. You're more spiritual and you're more pure than he is. And that's when I was interrupted by a young conservative cracker. Oh man, what are you talking about, dude? He's the vicar of Christ, dude. You know, he's without sin, man. And so I don't even have to tell you what I told him. But nevertheless, George Pell, this freak motherfucker, has over 100 counts of different boys he's put under the gun. And you know, you see how they dress, and you know, this is part of the trickery. This is part of the white man's nature, to be a freak and a savage with no cut card when it comes to anybody on a sex tip. They have an organization called NAMLA, the National Association for Man and Boy Love, where these crackers are fighting to make pedophilia legal. They are fighting to make pedophilia legal. Look it up, NAMLA. And I need not to tell you, in the defense of this freak, guess who comes up? One of us. You know, I don't believe anything that these are false accusations. And yeah, okay. Sit your nigga ass down, because you probably the same way too. You're probably the same way too. Let me tell you something. When we talking about the motherland in today's society, let me explain to you from a brother that's here the experiences that he had before he got here. He said that he was walking down in the village one morning and he saw the white priest had a young African boy on his mother's dining room table and had him mounted in a sexual position. And so when he went and told his mother slapped him as hard as she could and told him, don't you dare say anything about that priest. And not only that, he explained that a lot of these African men and women, the Catholic Church, these priests, they go over there and they con and trick these African boys and men and women to get over here in this country. To get to America, they have to perform some perverted sexual acts. And so now you may be able to understand why a lot of these Nigerians are so mad at us and look at us as so much scorn. Because we didn't have to, we're not doing that over here. Not by force or trickery. So, you know, think about it, brothers and sisters. This is not a game. This is not a game. This stuff is for real. They are trying to wipe out the entire black population and turn all our young men and young boys out, where they will not have a desire to be with someone of the opposite sex, which will cause a major decrease in our population and our repopulating. Because that's the goal. That's the goal of these devils. And they use it through sports, music, entertainment, the movies. Because they know that the average black man here has not had a decent lump sum of money at one time to himself. And so when presented with a large amount of money, a lot of them are willing to do, a lot of them, not all of them, a lot of them are willing to do anything. And it's going to be at the detriment of the black race. The black community is deteriorating in so many different areas that we have to hurry up and wake up. Let's talk about these Uber rapists. You know, Now, to become a Uber rapist, all you need is a driver's license, proof of insurance on your vehicle, and a vehicle that has passed inspection, and probably a debit card or credit card or active bank or checking account. And any rapist can become a Uber driver. There have been over 100 plus, nearly 200 rapists that are working for Uber, because they don't. There's no, there's no extensive background check or anything. And see, the frightening thing is, some of these sisters have their children. They trust and call Uber that if they put their young girl or young boy in an Uber ride, that they'll be safe. I advise you, brothers and sisters, not to do that. Don't take that chance. And to let you know that, and like I said, when I do research in all areas. But when it comes to this, raping and these injustices that take place, a lot of these tragedies that go forgotten and unnoticed, I dig the dirt up. I dig the grave back up, so we can get to the bottom of this and get the culprits and predators that have caused these tragedies. And these are some of the Uber rapists. I don't know how rapists look, because the years that I was in prison, I was surprised at some of the brothers that were in there, for first and second degree rape. So there's no, rapist could be anyone. But this is just some of the photos of some of these rapists. The white man's a savage anyway, so